went for it.
They went for it. Playing the long game.
Commitment to the cause, apparently.
Exactly.
All right, Jay. Before we close out here, we gotta discuss the chapter art.
That we do.
5. Yep. What do you think?
I think so. It basically what we have here is a chair with a bunch of wands on it, and then a floating wand shooting a bunch of magical sparks and stuff into the air. So I don't feel like the scene itself actually happens because the wand is floating by itself, but shooting the sparks.
Yeah.
It does. I guess it's supposed to make you wonder, ooh, is Harry going to get a wand in this one? So that's kind of fun. I would say it's probably the weakest one we've seen so far.
Yeah, I feel somewhat similar. Like it's such an iconic one.
Yeah. For the amount of things that happen in this chapter, why isn't Harry just holding a wand or Hedwig or a goblin or?
Right. There is certainly a challenge, I think, associated, whenever constructing, especially if you're going to name chapters inside of a story.
Yeah.
I think that there's always a fine line you have to walk where you chances are the title, and we have this for thumbnails sometimes where it's a lot of times you don't want to give away the prize in the teaser. So it's like you don't want to give away all the information. You don't want to show your hand. You want to more pose the question or something.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's if you showed a picture of a little boy Harry holding up a magical wand in this particular image, then it would sort of be oh, this is the one where he's going to get a wand. So it's it still certainly suggests that a wand is coming in this chapter.
Yeah.
But I think it does walk.
You could use an image of Gringotts or Hedwig for the chapter art. So you're giving away the price, as they say. But yeah, this is the weirdest chapter art you could get for a chapter. It pretty much has nothing to do with the chapter itself in a way. It's odd that way.
The line just a little bit more carefully. So I could see where there's a little bit of complicated feelings about what to include.
Yeah.
In this particular one. I also wouldn't be opposed to seeing an image in this art style of Hagrid and Griphook and Harry in a little
in the cart.
Yeah.
That'd been a good one. You'd be like, what? You have no idea what that is.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that'd be really great. So
we didn't talk about they introduced Griphook here in this chapter too.
We didn't touch on that at all. Yeah. So Griphook obviously ends up being super relevant to the plot as we get to Deathly Hallows because he is literally the goblin that they bargain with to get inside of the Lestrange vault and get Hufflepuff's cup. So
yeah, Hagrid's don't ever deal with goblins here, and he's what about? It's this is the first one I met. I immediately didn't listen.
Right. Yeah. All of the advice that Hagrid gives before going to Gringotts is everything that Harry breaks in Book 7.
Yes. Oh, also just on this exact note, this is not related to Harry Potter, but I have to remind me to tell you later that I think Quoth can fly.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. So as we close out for the day, do you have a review for us?
A review? Oh yeah. What of the chapter? Isn't that what we've been doing this whole time? Yes, I do. I have a review for us that we can read. Every week we'll be trying to read a review from one of you guys about the podcast. So this person didn't really leave their name. It just said AR1105. And it said, can't wait for more. Just finished the first 3 on YouTube. Can't wait for this to become my weekly routine. HP after all these years is still my go-to book when I can't sleep or have too much going through my head at night, and listening to the audiobooks has helped me a lot in the past 2 years. I read my first Harry Potter book 2, when I was 12, and now, 23 years later, I still reread the books. I wonder where all of us will be in life when this whole series ends and the last line of the book is read. That is true. I picked this one because of that line. I was like, ooh, yes. Where will my life be 4 years from now when the podcast reaches the end of Deathly Hallows?
I know. No, it's incredibly interesting because
I'll have like a fourth grader.
Ooh, that's
crazy.
wild.
That's
Yeah, I know.
weird.
It's like an arrow shot into the future.
Yeah.
No, I know. And it's really interesting, too, because the thing that stood out to me was just like the rereading of the saga. And like, I think that throughout life, like that's sort of like what this story has done for me on so many different occasions is that like, you go through these like tumultuous and difficult times. And so often it's like being able to go dive back into like a familiar world with characters that you love and like these themes of positivity and like openness and welcoming. They're just like all, I don't know. It's just, it's such like a reliable world to go and get lost in and find comfort in. So,
Right. And there's just always more to discover, which even like I feel like I'm even discovering still now as we're doing this exact read through.
no, I know. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like when you're like we've certainly studied the books quite a bit, but I've never studied individual chapters of the story in the way that we are right now. So I'm having a really great time. I feel like it's completely sparking like brand new thoughts from like a theory crafting standpoint. Like I think there's just going to be like a lot of really cool stuff that comes from it. So again, we just want to thank everybody for joining us, in the journey as we kick off here. And again, if you're happy to, leave us a review, we would definitely very much appreciate it, and it might even be featured here in a future.
I know.
episode.
Maybe we'll crack the top 50 by the time we record the next episode. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. Oh my gosh, fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
that's
Let's see.
what-
Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time through the Griffin Door.
Exploring my local Ashley store, 3 words come to mind. New styles streaming right now, and wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so what did you guys think about Tesla? Like, I was pretty good, It was. I liked it. I haven't listened to that episode in weeks, but it was pretty to re-listen to it, and I forgot all the things that they talked about, really. Yeah, I kind of forgot about all the things that the brothers discussed. And so anyway, let me know what you think of this episode in the comment section down below, and next time we will be on to, I don't know when I'll get to it, but sometime we will get to chapter 6. I know I will record a few episodes in a row here, so I have videos to react to upload when I'm doing something in March. I upload a update video talking about what I'm doing March, so go to that one if you want to know what I'm doing March. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about the next episode tomorrow. But we'll get to it. We'll get that to search, so don't worry about it. And before we go off, I just want to say that today's video is also by W. AC, and the everything off the scissors in Paris. If you use my code DJB in the promo code area when you're checking out your order of WT, and there's so many flavors you can choose from. Like, I'm using at the moment, currently as I'm recording this video, I'm using the Carolina cream flavor, so in case it crazy core if you like that one. I certainly will get it again if I'm doing the honest about that. but they have so many other flavors, right? The other flavors I have tried is Dragon Egg, Monkey Man, and Galaxy Egg, which tastes like dragon fruit, banana, and watermelon. To be respectful of melon. But yeah, again, use my code DJB and you get 10% off your order every day. And that is DJB in all caps. And enjoy the very favorite you guys get if you have. This is one I haven't had yet. Then let me know in the comment section down below, and I might use it at one point. But yeah, so yes, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.